there is a lift out in Mitch's truck that we rented, and that's what we're going to use to lift the beams up onto the post saddles and into the pockets in the walls above the posts there. So you can see the beam there. We center the beam between the forks on the lift, and then we carefully move it into position. We have to make sure that we can roll it in without any obstructions. So Mitch is cranking up the beam right now, and then I am going to position it into the saddle, and then we'll check the plumbing of the posts and make any straightening adjustments to that. And then you see that we've grabbed a 12-foot 2x6, and we're going to nail that to the sidewall and then to the beam, and that's going to hold the beam plumb straight up and down. And Mitch is just going to finish up. He had to do a little extra chiseling in the pocket for the beam over on that end. So once we get that cleaned out, then we will lower it down and get to work on the next beam. There, we're measuring out for the next beam now. And Mitch is going to cut the ends. You see he's going blindingly fast with the skill saw, and then he takes the Sawzall and finishes the cuts. And then we position the lift in the center of the beam again, and we will lift the beam up into position on this end of the garage. This is the center beam. So this one's a little bit trickier. We have a lot of cutoffs in the way, and so we're just going to use those as a makeshift ladder since they're already in position. So that went nice and smoothly. Now we're going to get that beam out of there. You see, this is the biggest beam over here, and unfortunately, to get it into position, we have to move this stack of wood. So this works out pretty good. We just do a little teamwork, and we're moving 3, 4, 5 boards at a time. And so you recall my Harbor Freight visit video the other day. Those are the 2 dollies I bought that the beam's on. Now Mitch has just run off with the window lady. I hope that sounded okay. And Teddy is here helping again. But yeah, Mitch and the window lady are running upstairs to take measurements for the rest of the house, where we're going to be replacing some of the existing windows with leaded glass windows. So I'm going to measure and cut this beam, and then I'll end up lifting it on my own. So I had to make some adjustments, moving the dollies a little bit. I set up a quick fulcrum and moved the dollies where I could get the saw to cut. And being that it's just me, I can't roll or rotate the beam around, so I just made 3 cuts and then finished the cuts with the Sawzall. So now I'm going to put the beam in place. I'm going to measure, center it, and lift the beam up. See how much easier that dolly makes doing the job. 2 of us couldn't lift that, and the dolly, with the dolly, just one of us can be doing this. And so I've got the beams lowered down into the pocket over on the right side there where the stairway post is, making sure that it's all set in there nicely. It's in the steel post cap on the left side there where I'm working right now, and we're doing the same thing there, plumbing up the post and then nailing a board from the sidewall to the post to hold it plumb straight up and down. Okay, and there we go. Mitch is putting one of the hangers up now. And then we will grab the first beam and put it in position, lift it up, and set her down. So that lift sure made things a lot easier. probably would have taken at least 4 guys to be able to lift those big beams. Or 1 guy with a lift. Work smart, save your back. Okay, and so the lift is coming down and it is in position. So we did that beam first, and then we will do the second beam, because you have to do the outer beam before the inner beam, because the inner beam would obstruct the outer beam. I don't know if I explained that right, but you have to do the one before the other, otherwise you can't get the lift up there to do it. So I'm putting in the second bracket, or the bracket for the second beam. So we're going to lift that up. Mitch has already cut it. So we've got that in position, and it's coming on down. Nice tight fit. Okay, and we are done with the lift. So I have to hand carry it back out. It's a little difficult to carry that out because of the placement of the lumber. Okay, Craig, you too. Take care. Okay, we have got our beams up in place for the most part. So that was fun, lifting them heavy buggers up. But we had the mechanical lift, which made things quite a bit easier.